Boys and girls, and welcome to Gordon Guitar and to a cool Bryan Adams, still going strong. He has this new song called Never Gonna Rain. Never gonna rain, never gonna rain. We'll see about that, Bryan. But this one is cool to learn, so let's start. We don't need any capo for this one, and we have 7 chords. So let's start with the chords. We have E. Okay, so that is open E. Second A, second D, first G, open B, and open E. Right? The next chord will be B minor. Okay, so you need to bar the second fret here from the A string and down. So that means 5 strings. And the rest will be 4th on D, 4th on G, and 3rd on B. Then we need to know B, so you need to stay there in the same spot. That means you bar the second fret still from A string and down. And then you're gonna play, the rest will be 4th on D, 4th on G, and 4th on B. So there's your difference there from the B minor. You have the 4th on B, not 3rd. Alright, so that was B. Next is the F sharp minor. Okay, so you stay at the second fret still and bar all strings this time. And the rest will be 4th on A and 4th on D. And then we have an A chord but with a C sharp in the bass. And the real chord sounds like this. So I'm gonna give you that first, and then I'm gonna show you what you need to play for this song. So what I do there, I bar on the second fret from the D string and down. So only 4 strings on the second fret, and the rest will be 4th on A, and you have the 5th on E. But actually this 5th on E, it belongs to the chord, but you don't need it for this song. So I don't use it, I just go without this 5th E, and that makes it that much easier to play. Because when we use this chord, we only use more kind of the bass and middle strings there, so we don't go down here, alright? So that was the A/C sharp chord, okay? Then we have standard A, that is open A, second D, second G, second B, and open E. And finally we have the G chord. So that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. And there you have your 7 chords. Now we have this main melody going on in this song, and it's based on chords E, B minor, and the A/C sharp chord. All right, I'm gonna play through for you first, and then I'm gonna show you what you're gonna play for each and every chord. So it sounds like this. All right, so that is what you're gonna play for about 80% of the song, I believe, so something like that. So it's a thing we need to learn. So let's start with the E chord. And you're gonna play and emphasize first the 3 times on the open E string. Okay? Like this. And then you're gonna emphasize the 2nd fret D string 2 times, and then finally the open D string. So what you do here, you hold the E chord through the entire playing here, except for the final note where you emphasize the open D, all right? So otherwise it's just your right hand here who decides what you're gonna play here. So you're gonna play 3 times on the bass more, so like this, and then you're gonna try to emphasize the second fret D string 2 times, and finally the open D. So slowly it will be. Alright. And that is the E parts. Now you shift to the B minor, and here you want to emphasize the bass note here, and that is found on the second fret A string. You can stay there, and of course you will hit other strings as well, so, and it's only great if you do that because you want this rocky feeling. So the A and D string, there's kind of the main position for your right hand to be. So 3 times on the B minor, like that, and that's it for B minor. Now we have only the A/C sharp chord left. So this one you're gonna play 2 times on the bass strings, kind of the A, D, and perhaps the G, and that's the reason for why we're not use and need the last E string there. Okay, so from the B minor, 2 times on the A C sharp, and then you hit the 3rd time and you incorporate the open E string there as well, and that works as a bridge to the E, and we're back again. So the last A/C sharp chord was 2 times on the bass strings from A and down, so A, D, and perhaps even the G string is play there, and on the 3rd down you incorporate the open E string, and that makes the loop there. So slowly this full melody will sound like this. And so on. Yeah, it's always harder to play slow. So this melody will sound something like this in standard tempo. All right, so there we have this main melody, and you're gonna start with this one. The first verse is all about this melody for 4 rounds. So 4 rounds of this melody, and that is the first verse. That takes us to the pre-chorus. And for this one, it starts in the lyrics, well, I got nothing but time. So you're gonna play 1 down for F sharp minor, and then 1 down on B, and then back to F sharp minor, 1 down, and then you're gonna play 5 downs on B, kind of a little bit hammering, and that leads us to the next part, which is the chorus. So you hammer 5 downs on B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause, and then comes the chorus. So just to repeat this a little bit quick, the pre-chorus was 1 down for following chords: F sharp minor, B, back to F sharp minor, and 5 downs on B, and pause. And now we have the chorus part. This one is played with 3 rounds of the standard melody we learned. So 3 rounds of that, and after these 3 rounds comes 1 down on A, and 1 down on G, and followed by 2 rounds of the melody. So 2 rounds again, and that is how the chorus ends. So in total, 3 rounds melody, 1 down on A, 1 down on G, and then you end with 2 rounds with the melody, and that is the chorus. All right, so now mostly it's just repetition. Second verse played in the same way as the first one, and same goes with the pre-chorus, played in the same way as the first one. The chorus is a little bit longer, otherwise nothing new to it. So the second chorus is about 7 rounds of the melody, okay, instead of 3, so 7 rounds. And then you're gonna play the A 1 down and the G 1 down the same way, and you end with 4 rounds with the melody, and that is the second chorus. So 7 round plus 1 down on A, 1 down on G, and then 4 rounds. And that takes us to the bridge part. And this part is in the lyrics, they say time is a healer. So you have a melody there, very simple to play, and it sounds like this. Like this. You're gonna play that melody for 10 rounds, and that is what the bridge part is all about. How do we play it? You play with the open E, bass. Then you play the open D string 2 times. Then first D string. And second fret D string. So open E string, then open D 2 times. And first fret D and second fret D. That is the melody kind of, and you're gonna play it for 10 rounds. So and it feels kind of an eternity, but yeah, 10 rounds, and that is the bridge part. And this song ends with a final chorus. You're gonna play the same melody there like we learned before in the intro and all the other choruses. 3 rounds of that melody, and on the 4th round you play only the E parts. So you're gonna start a 4th round, but you're only gonna play the E part, so only that part, and then the rest is vocal, and that is how Bryan Adams' song Never Gonna Rain ends. So this was fun. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you watch this channel in the future. So stay tuned and play tune.